us, we're going to pull that name live on the show on Friday morning.
Oh, look at that.
It's a little programming note for you. All right, well, we're counting down to November. Can you believe it? But the reason that these gentlemen are up early is because in order to get to this huge event coming up in November, they need some help from you folks at home before we can get to it. We have Pat and Michael joining us this morning with more on the Youngstown Music Awards, the first ever Youngstown Music Awards. So, gentlemen, nice to have you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Michael, why don't you introduce everybody at home to Pat and why they might recognize him, and if they don't recognize him, they're going to recognize the name of the band, right?
Yes. Pat is from the band Left End. He plays drums for the band Left End, who is going to be a big part of the Youngstown Music Awards.
All right. Why Left End, Pat? Why do you think that they chose you guys to be such a huge part of this?
We don't understand why.
That's why we ask the hard-hitting questions on this show.
We're very honored that Michael and his committee chose Left End for an honorary award at the first annual Youngstown Music Awards. Now, Left End, Lauren's been around since 1971. I'm sure you remember that.
I remember it vividly. Not quite, but you do have a lovely album.
Yes,
cover
this was our
that takes
album
us
on
right
Polydor
back.
Records, Spoiled Rotten. And the album came out in 1974. That's me in the fur coat there.
You're looking good there,
See, my
Pat.
hair's a little shorter now.
Just a little.
But it came out in 74, and that's what the shirt is all about. See, the album was called Spoiled Rotten, so we have the Spoiled Rotten shirt. And the shirt is famous because this shirt actually appeared in the movie with Chris Christopherson and Barbra Streisand, A Star is Born. It's in 2 scenes in the film.
Very
so
good.
it's a famous shirt. And on the back it has Left End, Polydor. And we brought this for you.
Well, thank you very much.
Because,
and big enough to accommodate my growing stomach. So thank you very, very much. Very cool. Okay, so beyond the t-shirt, this event itself coming up in November is going to be completely awesome. Before we get to the event, what needs to happen, Michael?
Well, basically, the event was set up so that local musicians and entertainers can get recognition around this area. Another way, another outlet for them to get some recognition for the original bands, for their original music, and cover bands, the way they entertain people in these bars. There's a website out there. It's called www.ytownmusicawards.com.
ytownmusicawards.com.
Yes.
Okay.
People can go on there, check it out, see all the entertainers this area has to offer, all the musicians out there, the bands. And July 1st, we start voting. So you can go on that website and vote then. And then at the award ceremony, that's when, each band will get their award and hopefully, have a fun time jamming there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
All right, the different bands that we might recognize, I can think of a few off the top of my head, but I don't want to drop names. Who are some of the ones you think are the most recognizable other than Left End, Pat? I don't mean to leave you out, that's for sure.
Well, we're still working on the bands that will be playing the event. A lot of guys have been playing the Youngstown area since the 70s. They're going to be joining up to play this event.
Okay.
But, it's again, a good way for a lot of these original bands, such as Annecy for Astronauts, Remains of Jade, Ryan Ross, all these guys get some kind of notice for what they're doing, as well as cover bands. You have Perfect Pair.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes,
I wasn't here the day that you guys were
I know, you missed us that day. We missed you.
I know. Well, it's nice to meet you in person. Tell everybody at home when the actual event is going to happen, and once again, reiterate the website. Does it cost anything to vote?
No, it doesn't.
It's free to vote.
It's free. It's
Great.
free.
Wonderful.
It's right now we're tentatively setting up for November 30th.
Okay. And voting ends.
And voting ends in August, and voting begins July 1st.
Okay.
But
All right.
make sure everyone gets out there and checks out all the great bands that we have up.
Oh my goodness. So many years, so many memories, Pat. You looking forward to this one?
A lot of stories. And if you go to leftendband.com, Lauren, you can see the history of the band and you can get caught up on it.
And even more great pictures.
Oh, a lot of pictures, a lot of videos.
Very good stuff. All right. Well, still ahead, Joe DePascal is going to explain how to invest efficiently in today's Farmers Trust Financial Report and how a young girl's idea is helping animals in need. So stick with us. We'll have more fun coming up. Thank you to you both for being here.
Thank you,
We
Lauren.
appreciate the time.
Appreciate it.
Detective Cat saw